Hello and welcome to this video. In this video, we are going to solve one more LLD problem, that is Event Management System LLD. This was asked in Wayfair and Salesforce. So let's get started with the problem statement. We are asked to design and implement a simple event management system. The company needs to manage events, track registrations, and generate reports. We are required to below methods in our solution. The methods that we need to implement is add event, which will add a new event if it's not present, register person for given events if it exists. So if there is any event happening, then and a person needs to register in it, then we need to call this register method. Attend event. In this method, one person can register for an event, but when that person attends the event, then we need to mark that person as attendee for a given event if it exists. Then there are three methods that we need to include for generating reports, that are get event count by years, return list of strings showing total number of events grouped by year, get events registration count by years, returns list of strings showing total registrations grouped by year, get event attendees count by years, returns list of strings showing total attendees grouped by year. This was the expectation that we need to solve in this problem. As we need to implement these methods, we need a method, a class, a method implementation class, or what we can say a management class, which we can say event manager, which will have all these methods, right? So one thing is evident from here, that we need a manager class, event management class, that will have all the methods which we need to implement. Now let's try to find out what all entities that we need to design in this problem. So as we can see inside attend, we have a person entity. So person is person entity we can add, which will have first name and last name. Then we will have one event manager that will have all these methods. There are two things. Then we can have event as well, that will store all these events, the number of attendees, number of registrations, right? And event details like when it is going to happen, is it already happened, or it is going to happen, is it cancelled or not, those things. So one is going to be person, second is going to be entity, no, one is going to be person, second is going to be event info, and third is going to be the event management, right? These are the three entities that we are going to see in this solution. So let's move to the entity implementation part, or let's first see the example, how we need to solve this problem. So let's say there are these peoples, Jane Smith, John Doe, Richard Rowe, events, event 1 in 2021 and event 2 in 2022. So there are going to be two different events in two different years. What action we can perform? This person registers for event 1. John Doe register for event 2. Richard Roy register for event 1. Similarly, these are the actions we registered and attended. Then John Doe and Richard Roy attended event 1, right? None of the person attended here event 2. So how output would look like? Event count. In 2020, we have one event. In 2021, we have one event. Registration for two events are such as follows. Attendees, as both the events are attended by these two persons, then in 2020, the event that has 0 attendees and 2021 has 2 attendees, right? So this is how we need to get the output. Now let's try to move to the entity implementation. As we are going to have three classes: person, So person, we need to we can have a iPerson interface which will have first name, last name, and have some methods like get first name, get last name. Okay. Then we will have event info, and this is going to be main entity of our whole problem statement, which will have iEvent, which will be implementing an interface iEvent info, which will have the event name, event date, capacity. This is very important because let's say if a person is trying to register inside the event, then at that point of time we need to check if that event has capacity. If its capacity is less than the allowed capacity, then only that person can register. Otherwise need we need to tell that person that you cannot register, the capacity of this event is already surpassed. Correct. And we also need to check if it is cancelled or not. Then we can have registrations. We can maintain two lists for registrations and attendees, right? Then we can have few methods. Registrar. Here we will check all these things. Event is not cancelled and capacity is not full. Person is not already registered. Then let's see. These are the things that we will be handling at event info level. Now our main method that we will have event manager. Okay. This is we can say a facade method or the implement service method. Okay, where we will be implementing iEventManager. iEventManager will have all the methods that we have in our problem statement. Add event, register, add event, register. It will take event info interface as an event. Register will have person details and event name. Attend will also have same things. Get event count by years will not take anything but a return a list of showing events, and this will be implemented over the list of event list. All these three methods will be implemented on this list. We will be performing some calculations from our event list, and we will try to find events based on the years, because we all the grouping that we need to do on years. So hope we are clear with the implementation with the entity classes and the methods and variables inside those classes. So now it's clear that we will have three interfaces and three implementations of those interfaces. Now let's try to move towards the UML diagram. So let's see. In our UML diagram, we can see we have one iPerson interface which will be having get first name and get last name methods, which needs to be implemented by person class, which will have first name and last name variables, and here it is returning those. Okay, this is very simple. We have an interface which is getting implemented by person class. Then we will have a iEventInfo interface which will have get event name, get event date, get capacity is cancelled, get registration, get attendees, register and attend methods for registering a person and attending if the person is attending that event or not. This iEventInfo is implemented by EventInfo class, and this is our main class. This is our main entity which will have all these variable event name, because event name is required. We will be finding in our events list using the event name, event date, capacity, cancelled, registrations. See, it is a list of person and attendees. correct? Event info. Then we will have event manager class. Event manager will have all these methods what is required in our problem statement: add event, register, attend, get event count by years, get event registration count by years, get event attendees count by years, correct? Which is implemented by EventManager. It will require some more methods in the implementation that are required to implement these methods. So find event and format counter are the methods that I have created, but this is the actual event manager interface which has these methods which needs to be overridden in event manager class, correct? And here in this UML you can see that event info, how it is interacting with the I person, because we can have one to many persons attending the event and getting registered in the event, that will be stored in event info, correct? So now let's try to move to the problem statement and the code implementation part. Let's see. So here we have the interface which where we need to implement in the person class. You can see here we have two names, first name, last name. Inside we have one constructor. Here we are overriding these methods, correct? I think this is very simple to understand. Then after this we need to have event info interface, which will which we have created the methods get event name, get event date. This we will use for our calculations, and we require like to find the methods that we need to be implementing in the event manager class. Get attendees, registration. Now let's see the implementation of event info. So here we will have all these fields: event name, event date. When we are initializing the object event info, then we will be defining event name and event date should not be cannot be null, because otherwise we will not able to put an event list, right? And capacity should not be less than 0. It should always be a positive value. Then these are simple methods. Then we have created two methods here for registration and attend. So here we are taking it as new array list for registration attendees. So here we are checking all these values, all the conditions. If it is cancelled, then we need to false. If registration size is greater than capacity, then we need to return false. And if the person already exists, then we cannot re-register it. Otherwise, we can register it and return true. And here for attending person, or same check here, but on the attendees array list. Otherwise, we will add the person in the attendee list if that person is attending the event or not. Then let's see the event manager interface. It has all those methods that we need to implement. It has add event, register, attend, get event count by years. It will return list of string, list of string, list of string. Now let's see how we are going to implement the event manager class. Event manager class will have one list which will have list of events. This is very important because this is where our whole problem revolves around the events. So now we will be implementing add event method, which will where we will get an event. We need to check these are like common checks. We need to check if it exists. If it is null, then we need to say it should not be null. Then we need to have one method find event. If this exists, then we need to, if it is not null, then we need to return false if we are getting this value. Let's say if this event already exists, then we cannot add this event, correct? That's why we have added this check. Otherwise we will add it in the events array list and return true. So this is simple. Again we are registering event name. So we are provided with the event name and the person. So with the event name, first thing that we need to do is we need to find the whole event info object, correct? So we have implemented this find event. What we will do, we will try to filter stream in the events class, events array list, and filter by the name field. If the name matches, then we will try to find first, otherwise we will return null, correct? So that's why this find event method is important. And then we will register the person. For attending, we will again try to find the event first, and then we will ask the person. If it is not null, then we will mention, what we will do, we will just update the event.attend that this person is attending. So here we will not need to attend the events list. We only need to update the event object, or we can say event info object. Then these are the methods that we need to implement. Get event count by years. So here we have created a tree map. Inside this, why we have chosen tree map? Because it will be filtered. It will give us the sorted values when we will try to print this. So we will have events in the events. Then we will try to find the year based on the get year for each event. And for current count, we will check if the year exists. As this is a map of integer, the key here is year. If the it does not present, then we will have default value as 0. If it is present, right, if the value is there, we we will get the current count, and we will add, just increment one value, right, and we will append the counter year. And then in format counter is nothing, we are just printing our result. See here, we are just in entry set, we are just adding it result and returning the result. Okay, get event registration count by years. Inside this, what we will do, we will again take a tree map, and we will iterate over events array list. We will try to find the event for year. We will first try to find the year of event, then we will try to find the registration count of that particular event, and then we will see for this particular year, do we have any value, current total. If it exists, then we will add the registration count, what we get in the existing value. Otherwise, if this comes as 0, then we will have the registration count value only. Then we will have get event attendees count by years method. Here also we will try to iterate over the events array list. We will first find year, we will find attendee count. These two methods are kind of similar, only the registration count and attendees count will get changed. So I think this is how the whole implementation look like. Now let's see the demo part. Here what we are doing in this demo class, we created 3 persons. We created 2 events, event 1 and event 2, and given the date. And we also assigned capacities and it's cancelled or not. Then inside our event manager, we will register all these events as add event. Then manager.register event 1, who is going to register these people in this order we are going. And after that we update who attended these events, correct. As we have updated the date of the year, then we can get this value, get event count by years. For each we will print get event count, registration count by years. That also we will get attendees count by years. Let me try to run this. See, here we get event count. In 2020 we have one event, in 2021 we have one event. Registration, in 2020 we get 2, in 2021 we get 3. Attendees, 2020 0, 2021 2. Why we have 0 attendees in 2020? Because both the events, when we append the attended method, let me see, let me update it. Manager.attend event2 Jane. I think, let's see now. Let's try to run this again. See, now 2020, it is increased to 1 because event 2 occurred in 2020. Let us verify event 2 occurred in 2020. Registrations, yeah. So that's all in this problem statement solution. Now we have solved it, we have seen the demo. I hope you guys like this video. If you like it, please subscribe my channel and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching.